So guess what these stars are made out of? Take a guess.
Square, half square triangle.
Yeah, half square triangles. But what do we start with?
An 8-inch cube.
An 8-inch cube and 4 10-inch squares. Oh, get it. 4 10-inch squares. Guess what these were? 4 10-inch squares. So everything, you start out with your layer cake and you just start cutting it up and putting it together. But this is Teresa's star. She's hiding back there. You need to come up here and stand
Oh,
with
well,
this.
you're doing such a good job.
Come up. I'm trying to get them riled up.
No.
So you come to, you know what, the shop hop. So you can put, this is one set of 4-inch squares, and this is a second set of 4 10-inch squares. Got it?
Right.
Okay, Teresa did it into a little pillow. And then I say, okay, you can do just one 16-inch block. How about just one 16-inch block? And this is what I did. I did just one 16-inch block. And you can turn it into a pillow or something that you like. It's really fun. You really get into it. Patty and I had a blast. She's my color expert, and she told me all the colors to put together, which I loved. And so it was really, really fun. Okay, oh, thank you, Merritt. All right, so in your pattern, if you look at your pattern, it says you can do just a 16-inch block, or with 2 sets of 4 squares, you can do the table runner. Let me see what I have here. So you see the front page. Everybody have a pattern now? It just shows Teresa's wall hanging here. And it just says that you can do a 16-inch block with 1 set of 4. Even if every store you went gave you a different set of 4 10-inch squares, you could make stars out of all of them, put them all together, right? Yeah. That's right. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and look at page 2 and see how simple. The first yardage says, if you do just one 16-inch block, you just get 4 10-inch squares, and the colors are 2 dark, 1 light, and 1 medium. And you do need a little bit of background. You see the background? How wide is your strip? The background under the 16-inch block says that you need to have 1 6-inch strip. Do you see that 1 6-inch strip? And then when you do the wall hanging, it's exactly the same thing. You need 8 10-inch squares, 8 10-inch squares, 2 sets of 4. And you need to have some yardage for a border and the block, and you need to have binding, backing, and batting. Everything you need for your wall hanging is in that chart. Okay? You guys listening to me? Yeah. Okay, you got to answer me. Give me the answer. I want to make sure you're listening. Okay, and down at the bottom it says you're going to cut these 4 squares with the 8 cube. The 8 cube. And I will tell you, you need to have the number 2 cube. That's the corners. The number 4 cube. This is your quarter square triangles. This is the center. You see this is the center? Here, let's look at this block. This one is your center. And then you need to have number 5. This is the little triangles right here. So it's just these 3 dies, okay? And 4. 4, 2, 4, and 5. Yeah, okay, a cube is like a whole box of dies that no matter which die you use, that'll all fit together into an 8-inch block. I will show you very shortly how to cut these, all right? I've got a nice mess on my table. So I'm just going to go on making your 4 quarter squares. This is the 4 quarter square die. I'll take it slow, okay? I'll do my kindergarten teaching. Okay, so this is what we're going to be using. Teresa gave me this stack of layer cake. This is the layer cake, right? 10-inch squares. Okay, and I need to have, ooh, tell me what colors you like. How about I'm going to do purple. I wore purple today. Purple. Purple, this would be what value? Dark. All right. This is Zillionople High School. Yellow. And this would be light. That's my high school colors, okay? Dark and light. Huh? In Zillionople. Dark and light. Okay, what would go with purple and yellow? Orange? Why not? Let's go crazy. And now this would be which value? Dark. Dark. And this one, oh my gosh. Let's put this one in. Now this one is medium. Well, yeah, that looks like medium, huh? This looks like light.
Now it's the light. Yeah.
How about this?
Oh, yes.
This is dark and light, dark and medium. Dark and medium, okay? So we can just take all of these. Okay, you want to clear up my table? It's got messy really fast, isn't it? Okay, so I'll give you this too and give you all of that. Thank you for keeping me all cleaned up. Okay, so this is how we're going to stack them so that we can cut our quarter squares into a stack that's all organized, all right? So we're going to do it number 1. It says take your dark and your light. It says your dark and your light, put them right sides together with what color on top? Light, number 1. That's your first pair, okay? Now, number 2, it says take your dark with your medium, and what color do you put on top? Dark. Okay, that was 2. And now, step number 3, it says stack the first pair on top of the second. Okay? The first pair is on top of the second, right? Okay, now I'm going to find shape number 4. Here says shape 4. See the triangles? There's 4 triangles in it. We're making the center of our block. We're making this part the center of our block. And it says to put it on the corner. Okay? On the corner. So I'm just going to take my whole stack and put it right on there like that. Okay? Okay, and now, oops, do I have a mat? Look at this. I have a mat. Okay, so you cover this completely with your mat. And you see, we're not going to cut any of the rest of it. Just this corner. You can buy a baby, a little one, or a medium one, or the Go Big. Go big. Listen, let me tell you, life doesn't get any better. Don't believe that. You tore your rotating cuffs. You get your arthritis. You get all this stuff. Go big. Right? Okay, so now since I've only covered this part, that's all I'm going to cut, all right? Okay, so now I'm just going to take this and just start sliding it through. Wasn't that easy? Okay. Then you go like this. You smooth it. You love it. You release the static. And then I just grab the corners. And then you go. You can cut up to 6 layers. You can cut up to 6, but how many did I cut?
4.
Is that perfect? Ooh, ah. No tips to cut off. No tips to cut off. And these are all stacked and ready to sew. Okay? So now I've got 4 of them. How many stars do we have? 4. All the centers are right here. And I'm going to keep this here. And I'm just going to come over to my machine. And now Teresa wanted me to sew her block. How do you like that? Okay, so the colors are kind of like this, but they're going to be a little bit different. But there's, oh no, then we can't finish your block. Okay, so you use a 1/4 inch seam, and I need a little jumper stack. Okay, so every time I sit down to this machine, I struggle with it because it's not really the one that I have at home. Okay, so look, here's my stack, okay? Really good. And do you see that the light is on the top, right? And they are already right sides. The light is right sides together with the dark. So I'm going to just carefully split this. Woo! Okay, there's a pair. And I'm going to keep these edges all lined up. Okay, and when you start, you have to start right at this very tip. I have a line right here. It has to be on that tip. So you get your 1/4 inch seam, okay? So let me just line this up right there. 1/4 inch, hold on to your jumper scrap. Start sewing. One line, keep it lined up there. Okay, and then just take the second part of this pair, the next pair, and just take it and turn it around like this. And you just butt it right on behind. So now you have all 4 sewn together. And you're not flipping them right sides together, they are already right sides together. Got it? And then you see in the illustration, you just keep on going. Then you do the next one, exactly the same, exactly the same. And then you just cut them apart every 2. Okay, now, is your iron hot?
Yes.
Okay. So, like so, I'm just going to open them up and press toward the dark. Is that my dark? Yeah, I think so. Dark. And I use my finger, and then you open this one up and you press toward the dark. Okay? And if you look from behind, toward the dark, toward the dark. And so when you take these and flip them right sides together, this dark is always going up and this dark is always going down underneath. Good? Okay, so, and, okay, I find out it's really smart to just press the hell out of these pieces because I don't like flipped out seams. Do you like that? I don't either. So I find out if you press them really good, you have less flipping of your seams. See, I was completely honest. Oh, you did a beautiful job. Oh, me, I'm a steam girl. I really like steam. But you know, Teresa doesn't like steam. Patty doesn't like steam. I like steam. Okay, now, these are all 4 colors in the center piece, right? Now I'm just going to take them, flip them right sides together. The way we organized our squares in the beginning, they are going to the dark, exactly the same. Okay, now just get your little, get your jumper scrap. And again, you have to just line up that tip, the tip of the square. How's Eric's? Can you see that? Is it good? Yeah. Good. I know Eric's good. Okay. So just take it and you're going to assembly line sew all of them. This I find out I'm using my stiletto more and more. You can hold the point down so it doesn't flip when it gets under there and then let go. Okay, and then just line up this little part right here. Okay, and finish it off. And when you finish, it's got to be right on that piece too, right on that seam. Has to go right off that point. Yay, it's going to be good. I know it. Okay, she's still cleaning up my table. Okay, let's see. Let's see how it is in the center. All right, you're going to make some noise if it matches. Okay. Ooh. Is that good? Perfect. Perfect. Okay, now the thing is, we could have a bit of bulk right here. So this is my magic trick. We swirl this center. And a lot of people just don't get this, but I always put my nail right on the seam going across, put my nail right there, and all we're going to remove are these little stitches. There's always about 3 stitches, okay? There's not even a thread. Okay, come on, clip it, okay? Take your stiletto and delete those 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, gone. See? One side, turn it over, do it on the other. I know some of you could teach this. You could say these same words. I saw in a magazine, the author used my exact words. Then take these 3 stitches out. See, my eyes aren't so good. Okay, I'm getting them. I never figured that out, Ellen. Okay, now you just lay it. And now you just swirl. Down on the right, around, up on the left, and that little center just pops into a little 4 patch. Yeah? Yeah? Got it? And then, see, then you just mush it. Take your finger and just mush it good. That good? That's good. Okay, now Teresa gets to press it. Good. Okay, now I hope you saved the rest of the pieces, all the other 3 pieces. Oh, they're already all done. Okay, we did that part, right? Okay, we're really good. Now, we've got this part done. And now we need to get the little triangles for the rest of the geese. See right here, this is what we have done. These are going to come from our remainder over here of our 10-inch squares, okay? You need to have number 5, okay, see? Number 5, little triangles. They go, and what we like to do, you allow a 1/4 of an inch around the outside edge, and so we like to take and draw a little line 1/4 of an inch around. But look at this. We've got so much fabric here that we're not going to have any problem. we have to get 4 sets, one for each flying geese, 4 sets. There's plenty of room here, so now I'm going to just take this. Okay, who asked how many strips, like how many layers? I'm so tempted to fold it in half. Okay, I won't. All right, I won't. Okay. Okay, do you see the 1/4 inch lines? Okay, I'm going to slide so we're inside the 1/4 inch line, right? We're going to slide it. We're going to cover it. How am I doing? Are you getting it? Good. Okay, now I'm only doing 1 set. We need to do a total of 4. Okay, so 1, you're going to little rub. I like to just hold it down really tight so it doesn't just all completely fall apart. Okay, now just hold on to these, lift that up, and they're all done. Ooh, okay, and Teresa, I only need this 1 set, so you can go ahead. She already made the other 3. Did you realize that? She helped me out. I was in a hurry. Okay, so now for the geese, this is what we need. We need 2 stacks, and we need to have, oh, we got to get these cut. Oh my goodness. All right, we need these for the geese too, right? Okay, that is actually the same size that we used originally. That's our number 4. Let's bring this back. See? This is the same size. And so I did a little streamlining here. I took a 6-inch strip. Remember in the beginning it said a 6-inch strip, and folded it in half. This is a 6 1/2. So actually we have 2 of them. Okay, so this is a 1/2 of a 6-inch folded in half. You can see it's much larger. Center that on there and cut that one down. Okay.
If you would like, you can fold that without that and you cut them at the same time.
Oh my goodness, she's right. Look, we need this piece, and look, we need corners too. See? Corners. We're not going to waste any time. This is the other half of the 6-inch strip. Take this, fold this, squares for corners. Okay, we need to have a total of 16 because we're doing 4. That's why we're going to do so many. Look at that. 2 dies covered, 2 mats, 1, 2. Thank you. I like my assistant now. Now we're hot. Okay, grab these up. Okay, and you can put these side by side on the Go Big. Yeah, I know some people do a lot of worrying about the grain. I have to tell you, I don't worry about it. You can tell. Huh? Did you see that? And if your grain doesn't work out well on your quilt, you just hang it high, keep it moving, nobody will notice. You send it out to a long arm quilter, you know how they say that it'll quilt out. And it Okay, so watch. Okay, this is okay, yeah. Is that why I like a lot of steam, Claire? I just press it all out. Okay, see there's just a little one little spot right here that it didn't cut, and you just take your scissors and clip it off. Okay, peel it out. It's on the opposite side too. Woo! Okay, cut it off. All right, we got all that out, and we're just going to take that one, get rid of it. Okay, 1, 2. Slide it, 4 squares. Hold it down. Woo! Don't kid yourself. I pick all those up after class and reuse them. These are for my sister Patty's and mine. Teresa cut hers already. You're very good. I was wondering how we were going to do that because I want to finish that. Okay, here we go right here. We're going to turn the page to page 4. You're going to have this, and you're going to have this. It's going to look like that, right? Those are all, they're layered together. Right now we're going to just take this, put it right sides together, and we're going to just sew one, okay? Now what's nice about the Accuquilt cutter is that they have these blunt ends right here. See the blunt ends? And this, there's a little bit of tip hanging out at the top, but your seam is going to be 1/4 inch in. So you're just going to sew right across that one. So I started using the Accuquilt cutter whenever I tore my rotator cuff. And I just couldn't manage everything cutting, and so it's really been a blessing for me. And the older I get, I mean, I just love it. I know Kimmy told me yesterday she loves her Accuquilt cutter. Yes? How many of you love your Accuquilt cutter? See? Yes! All 4 of them? Is that how many you have, Joanne? Oh, who said that? Did Sally say that?
Yeah, I said that.
Okay, so that's the first step in the flying geese. Okay, you're just going to take it and press it toward the triangle. And see how perfect they look here? And they line up here. Okay, Teresa, you can press that one. Now for this particular pattern, you see that you have to put the same color of that light triangle on the opposite side. So now you're just going to flip it right sides together. Again, line this right down here, line this up right here, and see it's blunt at the top and how that fits. And you know what else? So now you're going to ask me, how do you make it fit? Sometimes it doesn't fit perfectly, and it's usually your seam allowance. And I do resew a lot to make it fit, but also you can just do a little sliver trimming if you need to. It's pretty amazing how they all go together anyways. Just line that up at the top. I'm just lucky today. I'm gonna line that up. Okay. Cross there. Hold that down. Has to finish right, the point right at that line. And then you'll know it's perfect. Okay, look, we did it, we did it. How about that? There it is. Again, you open and press toward the little triangle. Okay, Teresa, did I do good enough for you?
You did good, but
Thank
unfortunately you need 4.
Well, look, I have 3 more already done.
But you need 4 geese. You need 4 geese for 1 star.
Oh, yeah, darn
Can
it.
I help you?
Darn it. How about we'll let you ask questions and Teresa will sew that. Okay? Teresa is going to take these. You're right. I was having such a good time. And so she's going to just assembly line sew. What you're going to find out, and she did it too, by the time you trim away your 4, this is what's left. And because I set my quilt together with 2.5-inch squares as cornerstones, I took this little piece. You can only cut 1 2.5-inch square out of the scrap, but why not? or just save this for some other project. It's big enough to cut and it's all layered together. But that's what I did, and that was a lot of fun. See, okay, see how she's got it all together, chained together. And just clip it apart and just repeat it, putting the same colors on. Okay, you're good. Okay, you're gonna put the triangles and you're gonna match the colors. Isn't this magic? Wasn't that fast? Okay, like that? Good? Is that good? Okay, now these are going right side up. These are our 2.5-inch squares. They were cut on your die number 2. Okay, like that. Okay, turn the page, beep. You're now on page 5. How do you like the directions? They're wonderful, they're wonderful. Okay, I like to lay out the whole block, and I always sew vertical rows first, top and bottom. So I'm just gonna take, I love Merritt's flippy arrows, pick this piece up, flippy, flippy. Okay, and just sew right down this row first, okay? So tomorrow, we are having a really fun day here in the studio again. I'm doing This Is Your Life, Eleanor Burns. I looked in Wikipedia and they have my story all wrong. So I decided to tell it myself. So there are 60 people coming. We are full. But if you're missing it tomorrow, I think we should probably do another one a little bit later. But anyhow, it's from 10 to 12. Lunch is served from Panera's. Okay, what's really fun about this one, even though it's a long side, you do have this seam underneath, but it doesn't have to match anything. Just the outside edges, and just get your stiletto in there and hold the seams down. Okay, and then this bump underneath, this one always troubles me. So I like to even kind of hold it until I almost run over my stiletto. But I kind of slip it out of there just before I do. Okay, this corner right here. And this is the first vertical side. You do not clip the threads in between. Just watch this corner. I go crazy with flipped out seams. Don't like that. Okay, slip your little jumper scrap in there. Cut this. Okay, open it up. And I don't really press it this time. Open it up. Make sure. Ooh, look at those 1/4-inch seams. Ooh. Okay, Eric, show this one. This one, Eric, this one. Okay, and now this row is just going to get flipped over. You guys are learning my tricks, huh? At least I'm honest, and I tell you. Okay, down. You know, I've been very busy for the last month up in Julian. I work with the Women's Club, and believe it or not, I'm chairman of the quilting group. How did that happen? But we've been doing opportunity work and making things, and we did our raffle quilt. Somebody got it. A lady from San Diego won our raffle quilt. It was a beautiful log cabin. We called her on the phone. She was very excited. I said, "How many tickets did you buy to win this?" She said, "Well, I spent $20. That's a lot of tickets, but she won the raffle ticket. And pardon me?
Is she a quilter?
I don't know. She didn't say that. But they do have a little place in Julian, the little quilt was, the quilt was king size, definitely perfect for Julian residence. It was called The Moose is Loose. There's no moose in Julian, but it was called Moose is Loose. Okay, so now it's all hung together by its vertical rows. Yeah, up and down. Are they all in the right place? You guys would see it really quick in the camera. Okay, now what's really important is the pressing. We're going to turn it over, and this we press toward the corners, two towards the corners, and this goes in towards the center. And let's just look at that and make sure I'm doing it right. Yep, toward the corners, in toward the center, right? Okay, there you go, Teresa.
I did put a steam just for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't bring my water bottle with me, did I?
It's right here.
Oh, thank you. I'm getting a little thirsty. Okay, so how many of you actually sew your blocks together with that method? Yeah, it's really an easy method to do and goes very, very quick. Okay, Teresa is checking on the front side now, and she's doing a little finger pressing, making sure the middle row goes in, the outer rows go out. Very important. And what's going to happen, these are all done. On the back side, I'm going to show you how a little 16-inch block is going to go together with locking seams. Ooh, perfect. Okay, so now it is important to get these seams locked. See, they're going in opposite directions. So just line them up like this, and I just kind of squeeze them a little bit and do them like that. Okay, how are we doing? We're nearly getting done. I'm very excited. Whoop, this one's just a little off. Okay, Eric, don't look there. It's pretty amazing. We can do a little sliver trimming on the outside when this is all done. Just having perky points is the most important thing, though, and we will. Okay, one side, jumper scrap, sew it off, and the next one. Okay, I'm going to do something really fun in August. Look at that. No, in July, the end of July. Is that good? Yep. That's good. That's good. Okay, I am going to go to the Quilters Hall of Fame. Later it's just like in a week and a half. Quilters Hall of Fame. I was inducted into the Quilters Hall of Fame in 2012. And this year, they asked me to come back. They are inducting Florence Leganke Harris, who designed all of my grandmother's garden flowers and my magic vine flowers. And they asked me to come and be Florence Leganke Harris and win the award and get the award, accept the award. I bought a 1930s dress. I'm gonna wear a 1930s hat and go up and get the award. I get to teach a couple of classes. Woo, look, beautiful. Okay, so now the last step is really important. This last one goes in. And you'll look at the picture. On step 5, it says press in. Okay? So now we have 4, and we could make a 16-inch block for our sampler because we don't like all the other blocks, right? That's what you told me. So you will see very carefully, if you just turn these blocks over, okay, these are going in, and beside them, these are going out. So that's going to lock together. And then let's just get this one, okay? Look at that. The seams right here. You know what? Okay, this way. Okay. Okay, you know what, Teresa? I think we pressed them different.
This
Okay.
is all we need to do, press it in.
Yeah, press it in. Teresa, and yeah.
I didn't have her directions.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh.
She came this morning with
Yeah.
her directions.
Yes, I know. Maren and I've been working with Maren. Okay, so see how whenever, yeah.
That's good. The steam is good.
Yeah,
There.
okay, let's see. But anyhow, you will see that they all do lock together. This is a good one right here. And whenever you put these with the seams in, these out, and put them together, then everything's locks nicely. And you can just sew the 4 blocks together. And it doesn't really matter how your colors go, as long as you go ahead and get the seams so they lock. Whoops, we want to turn this one. Let me see. Is that good that way?
One more.
Yep.
One more.
Okay, let's turn this one. Is that better? Oh, one. No, that I wouldn't do it that way. Okay, oh, there. Okay, is that a secondary pattern now?
But this is not here.
No, not really. Not really a secondary pattern, huh? Yeah. It doesn't. It's if they were like kind of on points like this, here we could create a new pattern like this. And now I created a secondary pattern. If we just had a square right there in the middle. But you'd have to unsew the corners. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. If you look at the picture, it really, really works. It works well. Okay. Yeah, it works. So what do you think? Do you like the star? You like the star? It's pretty simple to do, and I think that you can do a really fun thing. Okay, so now just the very last thing. Oh, are you going to lay out? Okay.
Well, if you just want to lay it out with your pieces that you did, but or you wanted, or would you like to pick 4 more?
Yes,
cut
all I
in?
want to do is now I want to have 4 more squares, and it's just exactly what we did before. We'll get different. You need to have different colors now for you to go ahead and do too dark. Let's get too dark. Oh my. What dark do we want? How about gray? Gray. How about gray and, ooh, let's put gray and black together. How's this? That good? I don't know. How about this one? These two. Looks like a what quilt? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Yes, I need 4. And it doesn't really matter how they are stacked. You need 4. Light and dark and light and medium. But this is what I'm going to put together right here. And Teresa has the 2.5-inch strip cutter, which is to me the most interesting looking strip die to use, and it is the most popular one at Accuquilt. And you want to show Eric the 2.5-inch strip cutter? Okay, there are only 3 2.5-inch lines across, but if you take and you line, you have to put it right on the edge.
Right.
So you get 4 2.5-inch strips out of this. Okay, 4 times 2.5 is what? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes, and so you'll get, okay, so she's got it all stacked up. She's got 4 strips, and this is a long die, so you need to have the mat. Whoop.
It's right here.
Got a mat? Okay. See, it's all lined up, so she's not going to waste anything. What is hanging over the side is 2.5 inches. 2.5, 5, 7.5, and hanging over the edge is, okay, yeah. Yeah, you could. Yeah, this is, you need the long mat to work it, and it's just like everything else. You just push it through like that. Is that amazing? This is the one that I could not figure out. How do you do this? But it just goes through like that. And you can get them in all different sizes. I have them in all sizes for binding and borders, and for strips, it's great. And so now just go ahead, take out the friction, turn it, slide it. Whoa, boy, I'm sliding good today. So you can just pick these up, and you've got pairs already right sides together. Assembly line, sew them, press them toward the dark, and then you can just sew them down and put them with your stars. Okay, and the picture shows that right on the last page, page 6, and you're done. Thank you. Just short of 1 hour, huh? Perfect, perfect, cool. That's good.